Hi, Kerry here. I'm about to do an interview with Jacob. Jacob is a college student at Central Florida, and he's also a writer for Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is an online service that basically gives research information to investors to help them make better investment decisions. They're a substantial organization, and Jacob does a lot of work in biotech. And I do a lot of work in biotech, at least a lot of videos. I'm very interested, for a lot of obvious reasons, in research in genome sequencing and genome editing. If you don't know what that is, your genome is your body map. It's the insides, and it basically is how your body is constructed. And the construction of our bodies has some failings in them, and these are called mutations, and that is what gives us a propensity to get cancer, to get Parkinson's disease, heart disease, Alzheimer's. And they're discovering medicine in the medical world through genome sequencing that they can go in and see these mutations, and then through genome therapy and the use of a science called CRISPR, they can go in and correct the mistakes. And as a result of that, they can literally, in my case, my mother died of cancer, my father died of cancer, my daughter died of cancer. I'll probably die of cancer. My brothers have had cancer. So in my case, there is a possibility that in the near future, they will put a needle in my arm and inject me with CRISPR with a specific cassette on it directed toward cancer, go into my genome, find that mutation, and take it out, and thus take out the probability that I ever have cancer. So this is very important to me, and I got to thinking, that's very important to my retirement audience as well, and I want to make sure that you see the interview that I'm going to have with Jacob. He sent me a substantial outline, and he's built it off of a document that he found, he gained access to, called Clinical Development Success Rates, and it's a study of all the drugs that have been brought to market from 2006 to 2007 to give us some sort of guideline or map as to see which companies in this field that we're currently invested in are going to be the winners. And today we're going to be discussing the following companies, and you may or may not know anything about them: Editas Medicine, Beam Therapeutics, Caribou Bioscience, CRISPR Therapeutics, and Nitella Therapeutics. They all have they're all working in the same science, but in different directions. And that is to say, some of them are trying to find a cure for sickle cell anemia, some are trying to find a cure for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and others are trying to find cures for cancers. So this, to us, when I say us, the 79 million baby boomers that are walking the United States right now, and I don't know how many around the world, this is extremely important. This is probably the most important thing that will happen in our lifetime if we live long enough. And in this interview, what Jacob and I are going to try to determine is just how far down the pipeline is this, and we recognize that none of these companies are making any money right now because they don't have any drugs on the market. And so what we're trying to determine is what kind of a window is this, and how far away is it, and how much money do these companies have right now, and how much are they burning each quarter, and what is their life expectancy, and if in fact, what's their pipeline look like, and if they do run out of money, are they going to be able to find future investment to keep them going? I got to thinking about this. I've been doing a lot of work to getting prepared for the interview, and I said, my retirement channel needs to know this, because they are going to be the short-term recipients. Now, what you got to know is, if this happens, when it happens, the next stage is for my granddaughter and her fiance to be, we don't know when, before they conceive, they will be able to go to a clinic, get their genome sequenced, and determine what the propensity for cancer, heart disease, whatever, is in her egg and his sperm, and then go into her egg and his sperm and remove it, and thus remove those deviations in their genome from their bloodline. It is conceivable that cancer, Parkinson's, heart disease will be eliminated from the human race. Now, it'll take some time, and there's some real ethical questions that have to be answered here. And the first one's going to be, are you playing God? Well, that same question was asked back in 1960 when we were introduced to the birth control pill. If you can't remember that, trust me, I do. And it was only available to married women. Now it's available to anybody and everybody. And are we playing God? Well, the Pope thinks maybe we are, but he's getting a little, he's warming up to it a bit. So, and anyway, I believe this is something I wanted to share with you because I think it could change your life. And I want you to be aware of it, because when it happens, you need to be first in line. And what will first happen is that it becomes common knowledge. You'll probably hear about it on 60 Minutes, and there will be a rush to get your genome sequenced. Right now, I've had my genome sequenced through 23andMe. They don't share medical information with me as of yet, but they have it. Now, again, think of the potential of this is it can be refined such that, yes, Carrie, you have a propensity for cancer, but we've also compared your genome with 50 billion other people's genome, and we can bring that down from a 50% propensity to 100% through artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are the things that are happening while you and I are asleep. These are the things you and I need to be knowledgeable of and paying attention to, because it's going to change not only the way we live, but how long we live. Think about that. If you aren't going to die from cancer, and you aren't going to get Alzheimer's, and you aren't going to die from heart disease, what's going to kill you? Well, I know what it is. The same thing that's going to kill my BMW. The parts are going to break. But with my BMW, I can get interchangeable parts. That's coming next. They're breeding them in pigs. Trust me, they are. This is what's happening. And I want you to be knowledgeable of it. I want you to go to your next gathering of your friends and say, hey, what do you know about genome sequencing and genome therapy? And watch their eyes say, what the hell are you talking about? And then you just tell them what I told you, that there's a good chance if we live long enough, we'll live forever. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I do ride my bike, and so I do get exercise, and I want you to do the same. So I needed to share that with you. I'm excited about it. The video is probably going to air with my interview with Jacob on Tuesday. So that'll be on my Best of Us Investors channel. And we're also going to share the outline that we're going to be going over at my Patreon. So wanted you to know that, because again, you know, there's a lot of investors that, okay, it doesn't make that much difference to me other than an opportunity to make money. But to you and I, this is, we're in the ocean, you know, we're trying to stay alive. And this could be the life preserver. It really could. And you need to know about it. And I want you to know about it. And I want you to be the smartest guy in the room about it, okay? So I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you again about this, I'm quite sure, and a few other things that I think are going to change the way we live and extend our life. Be good to yourself now. This is the best half of your life.